Welcome to the Loud Mums Club, where we say the quiet part out loud, the good, the bad, and the absolute cook parts of parenting. What are we drinking today? Wine, coffee, or tears? Well, I'm here with my guest Sarah, and we're sharing a bottle of champers. Introduce yourself. Who are you, and what ages are your kids?
I'm Sarah, and my two girls are 6, just turned, and 4.
And how did we meet?
At school this year.
We're
Not long ago.
fresh school mums. Both kids have just started prep, and we actually have our kids now in kinder together too, which is really nice.
Yeah.
What are 5 facts about you?
5 facts. About me, well, we run our own business, so that's, kind of us. I had 2 prem girls. I donated 36 litres of breast milk until they stopped being able to donate, which was really sad.
We'll have to talk about that, because that's interesting.
Yeah. Love baking. That's like my as chill as you can get when you get out of the zone, which then helps their lunch boxes. Yeah. So try and feed them good foods as best I can.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Fair. Better than packaged stuff.
Try to.
And on a scale of thriving to crying in the pantry, how are you going as a mum?
I think the parenting side okay at the moment. It's more just been a shit week because it's been a full moon.
Yeah, the kids are climbing the walls.
And as you know, issues with kinder and stuff So it's been a week. Yeah.
Before we jump back into today's episode, I want to give a little shout out to Archer and Frey. You know I love a small Aussie business, but this one is pretty special and has a really beautiful story behind it. Archer and Frey is a family-run small business creating gorgeous goodies for kids and families, from footy shorts to engraved drink bottles, accessories and heaps more. But the reason I really want to share them is the story behind the business. Their family experienced firsthand the incredible support of the Ronald McDonald House when their daughter was born with craniosynostosis, and I really hope I've said that correctly, and needed treatment and surgery. And now they're giving back. For every order placed with Archer and Frey, $5 is donated to the Ronald McDonald House charity to help support other families going through some of the hardest times of their lives. So basically you can buy cute shit for your kids, support an Aussie small business, and help another family at the same time, which means online shopping is officially an act of charity, and I will not be taking questions on that. Go and check out Archer and Frey, give them some love, tell them Loud Mums Club sent you, and go and have a look at their beautiful products. All right, back to the chaos. So, have you got a mum fail of the week this week?
I didn't until last night. So I'm like, good timing. No, it wasn't that bad. Everyone's done it, but because Brendan goes away like some nights. So I usually have one of the kids in my bed because I don't like sleeping alone, and they are always like, sleep overnight.
Argue
like
if one's in and one's not there?
So then you got to hide it from either one. Anyway, so it was Sadie's turn to, I said, you can fall asleep in my bed, but I need a really good sleep. So I'll pick you up, put you in your bed. So it was like 9:30. She was fast asleep. I picked her up. And I was watching her feet, but then I banged her head on the hallway.
Don't hit the feet in the door frame, but then her head
and then it went dung dung. And she woke up and she looked at me, but she was like, what?
What did I do to deserve that?
Yeah, she was okay. She went straight to sleep, so maybe she
she's
wasn't
unconscious.
Yeah. But anyway, we've all done that.
Oh, 100%.
I'm like, good
all
time.
The time.
Yeah.
I do it like me and Harry roughhouse so much. And then he gets a bit boisterous, then I get a bit boisterous, and then kick him off the bed or something, and then I'm like, oops, you good? You alive? He's like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
My mum fell of the week was this week with the water situation at school and kinder, is that I had Harry in the car, we'd left kinder, kinder shut, and I just did a drive-by drop-off for Liv, and then you called me and was like, oh, the school doesn't have water either, and I was like, what? Do I need to go back?
Yeah.
I was just like, hang on, did I make a mistake there by just
dropping her off,
not even thinking about it?
No.
That was my mum fell, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 20 minutes away already. Like, I'm gonna have to come back. My poor kid's like, the school's shut. Have you had a fuck around and find out moment this week?
Not this week.
Or
that I can think of.
Good...
But there's been so Sadie, who's my oldest, she's 6. So she went through like a hitting me like a couple months ago. This is months ago. It's the only thing I could think of. And she just, and I'm like, I don't know where you're getting this from. Like, are you seeing it like at school or something like that? I have no clue. And so just one night we were just over it, like completely over it. And Brendan pretended to call the cops. And we followed it through. So I'm like, no, like they're watching the cameras. I don't know. A lot of mums have like said they pretend that there's cameras that like they're watching you.
I love
like,
that.
have you heard? No.
No, we only did it at
Yeah.
Christmas. We have 2 elf cameras, and
okay.
we're like, well, Santa just saw that, so
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
similar. Yeah. So they're watching you, and like you're going to get into trouble. We're going to have to take you to the police station. And she's like, no.
Stop
I
assaulting.
don't know how
Stop
if we went too
assaulting
far,
me.
but no. Yeah. And so Brendan went like he's like, I'm calling the cops. They're on their way. And I'm like, we're trying not to laugh.
But also, like, how do you then deliver that if she goes, all right?
Yeah. Well, no, she wouldn't. She was scared.
Oh, bless
okay,
her.
hang on. Not that, And so anyway, so then he goes to the front door and knocks on the door to pretend to be the cops. I'm like, I don't know if we've gone too far.
I love the coordination.
like,
you guys have done this. This is great. Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. Is it funny? Is it too far? I don't know. But then like Brendan's like, go pack your bag, Sadie. Like you're going to stay overnight. And so
I love this.
he
No, this
packed
is
a
great.
bag.
I used to do this with Harry.
He packed a bag.
Yeah.
Or they packed a bag together.
Yeah.
Undies, socks.
Yeah.
Change of clothes. And then, we sat her there. And, she obviously got a little bit... she got upset, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know how we ended it.
But my question to you is, has she hit you since?
Actually, you know what? I don't actually think she has, to
There
be
you
honest.
go.
Like, because it's been months and I don't know. No.
Learn her lesson.
Yeah, and so I don't know how the conversation ended. Obviously, she didn't go anywhere.
Yep.
But she did believe it. And and me and Brendan were like just looking at each other, and I was like cuddling her, and I'm like literally crying
laughter.
And I'm like, this is perfect. It worked out well, but like I was almost wetting my pants because I'm like,
That will come out of the 21st
this is so
birthday.
funny, but not. I'm like, have we gone too far? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that's fine. We've had nights where like Harry's just cracked it and he screams the house down, and we've said to him, someone else will call the police. Like, it sounds like we're murdering you.
Yeah.
Like, you need to calm the fuck
Yeah, if you
down.
live so close.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, our neighbours, I'm sure, something to say, like, Ryan went to the park the other day. We've just had a park open.
Oh, cool.
And this little girl came running over and started playing with Ryan and Harry.
Yeah.
And Ryan was like, oh, talking to the mum.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's like, whereabouts do you live? And she's like, I'm your neighbour. Like, I live next door. The little girl, we like talk to them all the time.
Yeah.
And then Ryan was like, and she knew our kids' names and stuff. I'm like, yeah, she probably hears me screaming, Harry, Olivia, get in the car, like, get your shoes on. That's probably how she knows their name so well.
Probably.
But I just laughed when Ryan said that. And I'm like, I can't believe you didn't recognise the lady that lives next door. But so funny. We haven't really had a fuck around and find out moment. I did post tonight a funny video of Harry. Ryan introduced Harry to WWE wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And now Harry, that's his whole personality. But like, we're really in this chapter of trying not to have him hitting.
Yeah.
And like,
and then you're encouraging it. Yeah, it's hard.
Ryan, like, that was not the best decision. But anyway, thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you taking the time. We've had a few very brief conversations at school around you had 2 preemie babies through IVF.
Yep.
I would love...
Well, not through IVF.
Oh, wasn't through IVF.
I will clear that up.
Yeah, well, hit me. Tell me the story. So,
Yeah.
what is the fertility journey?
Yeah,
And...
so me and Brendan got married, so
Yep.
I was 23. Yep, and then we want kids straight away. So fell pregnant, so we got married in October, and then was pregnant in April, but miscarried. And then, like, very early on. And then we had, I think, another miscarriage. I think it was about 2 years of, like, a few miscarriages.
Yep.
So it was 4 in total of that time. So it took about 2 years. We went through like one specialist, like after GP, you get to the specialist.
Well, I don't know because I've never done that.
Okay,
So please explain, like, as if I'm a dumbass. I'm not, I've never
if I can explain it.
Yeah, because I don't know who you go to. I don't know what the journey looks like.
Obviously, you go to your GP, you get your blood test like you normally would, and then obviously your levels aren't like going anywhere, right?
Okay.
So then and my body, again, like didn't know how to get rid of it. So that was a D&C.
Yeah.
So, and then that happened, a couple times. So the doctor's like, I'll refer you to a specialist because this is out of my scope.
And you're so young. Like,
and it's like, I don't know what, you don't know what the reasons are. So we went to like one in Melbourne first, to a lady. She was lovely. I think I had a surgery. Did I have a surgery? Yeah, I think I had a surgery. Did all the bunch of tests, like you do all the tests, like the genetic tests, the bloody, just bloods.
There's just a lot they can do to check
all the internal ultrasounds, like you've had a billion of them.
To make sure that you're all functional.
And you try, it was called the Bondi protocol, which you have Clexane, which is like do you know what Clexane is? Like the
Isn't that a blood thinner?
yeah, like
I had that
injection. So that was
post-cesareans,
yeah, that was part of that
interesting.
protocol amongst other medications.
What's the Clexane for you?
Oh, in that protocol, I don't even remember, to be honest.
Yeah,
Something
okay.
to do with blood thinning of like in that area,
realm.
like tried a whole bunch of things and nothing worked. So then we went to IVF. So we did 2 rounds of IVF with that specialist.
Yeah.
So before that, you obviously have to do the egg collection, which was probably the worst part of it all.
Why?
So they hyperstimulated me with, my body hyperstimulated with all the drugs. So it's like an IVF cycle with all the injections.
Yeah.
So I got hyperstimulated because I had polycystic ovaries. And so I think I had like 30 eggs on each side. So they collected, I think they collected 30 or 40. Can't remember.
That's crazy.
A
That's not
shitload.
normal, is it?
No. Well, for polycystic,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Normally it's next to none, isn't it?
Well, maybe 1. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what a normal body is.
Yeah, that's so hard. Just
Yeah, so we did that, and so I looked 9 months pregnant after that collection because I was so
swollen.
I was crying in the shower. Like, I remember like a cousin come over and I was just like, I can't come out to you. Like, I'm just so sore. So that was literally the worst part.
And
like,
how old are you at this point?
I don't know, what, 24, 25,
Okay,
24?
yep.
Yeah, 24, 25. So did that because I've always wanted to be a mum. Like, I think you said that the other week or something. I'm like, that was just, I don't care how I get to
it happened, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was the same,
Yeah, always been like that. So, so we did that, had the egg collection, and then did 2 frozen embryos because they freeze them all unless you're ready to do like a fresh transfer, which clearly wasn't because I was so sore.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
And they never never got pregnant from the 2 cycles. So then we went to, so we used to live in Horsham, so like 4 hours away. And a friend suggested, she'd gone through...
so you were travelling to Melbourne?
To Melbourne, yeah. North Melbourne, yeah. We have to have the ultrasounds to check like your lining.
It's like a whole day.
When
you live 4 hours away.
An outing. And then, we got onto this other specialist in Ballarat. And he's amazing. Like, I'd suggest him to anyone.
Really? In Ballarat, of all places? Yeah, okay.
But he doesn't do births anymore. So anyway, we went to him. And he was lovely, and he did another surgery, and he's like, you've got endo. Hang on. You've got polycystic ovaries and endometriosis. Yeah.
So double whammy. Just all the fun things.
Hang on, I'm going forward before I go.
That's okay.
So we did 2 IVF cycles with him first, and they failed, like never got pregnant. So we had 6 embryos, so that we had used 4. So then he suggested, like, again, all different medications, like injections, like all sorts, because like through a cycle of like IVF, it's injections, orals, pessaries, like progesterone, pessaries, all of the things, which was fine. I don't know.
Well, you were like, the end goal's worth it. Like, I'm desperate for this.
Just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And
was Brendan like on board, like so supportive and helped you?
Oh
yeah,
Brendan's the best. Like, you know. They have it easy though. They only have to do one little collection with a magazine.
What do you mean? Ryan sneezed twice when we got pregnant. Like, he was like, we never got to practice.
If only it was that easy for everyone. Seriously, like I envy people
it's
that
such a small part that men do, regardless of the journey, though. Like, it's like, mate, shut up.
Not fair.
We are not pregnant. I got pregnant.
Yes, with your little help. So then he suggested, well, it's like obviously not working. There's something going on or whatever.
Yeah.
And he suggested surgery, and then that's when he found the endo, so they like kind of clear it all out as such, and instantly fell pregnant naturally after I got my period.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
With Sadie. So that was Sadie.
And you weren't even, it wasn't even on the radar that you were just like, just whatever.
Well, we were still like, I suppose you're always trying. Right?
Yeah,
like,
okay.
You know, as such.
But you weren't expecting that to come to fruition. You were just assuming we're gearing up for another round of IVF.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So we felt pregnant naturally with her, and so that was all good.
Do you mind if I ask how much that cost? Like, what did
I looked at after. Yeah, I did go on Medicare and look up like how much.
Yeah.
I went to about 50-60 grand.
Holy crap.
But that wasn't the end.
No.
I mean, it would be close to that, maybe 60 something. But
for what? 4 rounds of IVF. Plus
egg
all the other stuff.
And like specialists and stuff like that. Yeah. And the Melbourne specialist was horrible. No, she was lovely. But because she's doing births, you could be sitting there for hours. Like I'm talking 3 hours.
Just because she's on call and she's also in delivery rooms and she's just active obstetrician. She's not just in an office.
It was quicker to go to Ballarat. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. Quicker to go to Ballarat, see him, come home.
It was more efficient.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So had Sadie, but had her early. So, it sounds odd, but because we live in Melbourne. Yeah. But then we were seeing a specialist in Ballarat. So the plan was to give birth in Ballarat. Okay. Because he's the specialist. Yeah. But so this is through COVID, starting COVID.
And you've got like areas of like allowed to travel and like how does that work?
Oh yeah, it wasn't in then.
Okay. Yeah. So you weren't worried about not being allowed to drive?
No, yeah. So but I was still working at the hospital, and then because I was having troubles getting pregnant and all that nonsense, like they transferred me to like an office job as such, so it was like safer. Yeah. So I was doing that, which they were all ex-nurses anyway. Yeah. Or ex-midwives actually.
Yeah, great.
And one day I went there and I'm like, I had a bit of like a leak, discharge leak, whatever. Yeah. And they're like, oh, just get checked. And they said, oh, it was fine. It was just like...
How far along were you?
25, 26 weeks. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, about 25, 26 weeks. And then then went home, like it was fine for like a day or two, went back and I'm like, no, there's like a bit more. And they do like the swab to check the...
If it's your waters, don't they?
Amniotic fluid, is that right? Yeah. And it was. So like your waters are broken or leaking, broken, whatever. So Frankston don't really, like, I was too early. They don't take anything under 32 weeks. Wow. If you say you were to give birth. So transferred me to Heidelberg, which was, so where I stayed I held her in for 3 weeks up until 30 weeks.
Wow, well done. So just like, on forced bed rest hospital essentially?
No, it wasn't even bed rest, which was good because fuck that. Like,
but just under constant supervision?
I couldn't leave because of the risk of infection and the risk of, So, and then I believe that, so I got moved rooms a couple of times, as you do in hospitals, because,
it's hospitals.
And and I got moved the night before, like everything started happening with this lady and she was on speakerphone talking to God knows who as loudly as we're speaking now.
Not paying
with
attention
a curtain,
to what you're doing.
Curtain.
Oh, sorry, you got moved into a room
with this lady.
This isn't the nurse.
No, not the nurse. No,
moving you.
Another patient, because she had another patient. And she was so loud, and I remember calling Brendan, and I cried myself to sleep that night. I'm like, I can't do this for like another potentially 10 weeks. Yeah. Because I was like 29, and you know. And then I don't think I got sleep that night, because then I woke up middle of the night, and I'm like, I got really bad pain. And this lady then, whether I woke her up or she was still awake, and she came around and peeked through the curtain, and she's like, I think you're in labour. I'm like,
get out of my fucking
can you just go away? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So the lady gave me some pain relief, didn't go away. Anyway, it was the start of it. So I blame her.
You put me under too much stress.
Yeah.
You were ruining my peaceful environment.
Literally. Oh, yeah.
Sadie had enough.
I'm like, thank God you held on another 3 weeks, because it's I remember the doctors coming in and like, they're like, if you were to have this baby at 27 and whatever days old, like it was like 80% like chance of survival. I was like, oh my God, I thought it was going to be like 10. I was like, so that's always stuck with me, like that conversation. And I think that was confidence. Like, I'm fine. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. Honestly, it was fine. So anyway, so then we had her naturally. Brendan's got the scars to prove it on his arm from grabbing him.
No way.
Yeah, he always goes on about, because there was a student midwife.
Yeah.
And all she wanted to do was put the pulse oximeter on your finger. Yeah. And I'm like, just pushing her away, and he's like, don't do that, she's a student. And I'm like,
just I don't like
her. I care. Like, oh my God, that's not my...
Get away from me, don't touch me.
Yeah. Anyway, so had her.
And how was your birth? Like, was that quick? Was that long? Was that...
Look, I can't remember. I think they said put it down to like 4 hours. I don't know. I don't know the... Yeah.
But to be fair, I only realised not that long ago that when someone birthed for 34 hours, it wasn't pushing for 34 hours either.
See, this is what I get confused about,
like,
that side
you could have been labouring for 3 days with the pain, and you just don't know.
Yeah, so because it started overnight, the bleeding.
But from them
then I didn't have it till 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So I don't get
Actually, no. Yeah.
Don't know. Anyway, that was all fine. Yeah, I got to hold her for 2 seconds, and then they took her off because she was only tiny. She was 1.4 kilos.
But because you'd had a natural birth, does that mean that you could pretty much get up and go visit her?
It was
straight
amazing.
Away?
I was fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I had a shower, ate some sandwiches, and
Yeah.
I was up there at the nursery. Like, I was like,
Perfect.
what? This is awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting. I never even thought about the birthing, like, at all. I never,
Really?
I'm just like, you just do, I don't know, it's just part
I feel
of
like
it.
there's just such a huge
Like-
focus on the birth. Like when you find out you're pregnant and everyone then tells you
And
their
people look up
stories.
videos of birthing. I'm
Yeah,
like, why
but
would
it
you
just
do
wasn't
that?
your
You know
focus.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I did not even think about it.
Did you get a chance to do birthing classes or anything?
No.
No, so you done
No,
no
and no
prep.
baby shower, like nothing.
But
like,
do you think?
yeah.
Oh, we got no baby showers too, but that was
Yeah,
just because of COVID.
Yeah.
But do you think that was better going in sort of a bit blind and just
I
kind
think
of
so. I
letting
reckon,
things
yeah.
go with the flow versus
Yeah.
thinking you had a certain plan?
Yeah, and I think that's how we are, I suppose, Brendan
Yeah.
and I are like, we were, you ask anyone that was around at that time, like even when they're in the nursery for weeks for both of them, like we were fine. We weren't stressed. Like until one of them got sick later
Yeah.
on, that was stressful.
Yeah.
But I swear to you, like we weren't stressed for some odd reason.
okay.
Like, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, but it's nice that that's your experience because I think not like
Of a shitty
everyone's-
experience, like that could potentially be
been so much
turned,
worse.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, so Sadie stayed in the nursery. She got transferred from Heidelberg to Frankston at the 32 weeks corrected, when they could accept her. So it was so much, like, wasn't
Easier
as
to go
much
see.
driving,
Yeah.
but it was COVID, so she was a week old, and that's when the masks came in.
Ugh.
So, and one parent allowed.
Oh, that's
So
heartbreaking.
of course I had to go
Yeah.
because I was pumping,
Yeah.
like not feeding her physically because she was too little,
Yeah,
but
pumping and
they
trying to
need
make
my
sure you're
milk.
there and wanting like one-to-one time. And,
yeah, so skin on skin kangaroo care, like it's the most important thing. So I would I could drive being natural, so thank God.
Yeah.
So I would drive myself, get there
Oh,
at
Christ,
8.
I didn't even think about that. If mums haven't had a natural birth,
Yeah.
they have to wait to drive. Like,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So I got there at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'd literally hold her on my skin on skin till 5 p.m, 6 p.m, and then
Became
go
a
home.
full-time
And
job.
then come home,
Yeah.
dinner, go back. Which was, I actually miss that. Like,
Yeah.
just, it's,
That just one-to-one.
yeah, so
Yeah.
nice.
Did you meet any other mums? That makes any other...
Nellie, when Nellie was in the nursery, we're still chat,
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
friends as such. She had a Harry.
Oh,
yeah.
there you go.
And she loved because Harry, their grandmother or something was a Nelly.
Oh,
So they
that's
really loved
cute.
and I think Harry was the husband of
Yeah. Oh, so
So
they're
that
getting
was
married.
cute.
So that's in,
Yeah,
that's in
yeah,
the
yeah.
stars.
Yeah, it was so cute. So,
So what was your story with Nellie? So how did you get pregnant with Nellie? Was that natural too?
no.
Okay.
Yeah, so Nellie, so again, we had one miscarriage so they're 17 months apart.
Yeah.
They were meant to be 24 months apart.
Okay.
So she came obviously early too. So we had one miscarriage between then, and then, we had Nellie. I had my baby shower earlier this time,
To be
so I
safe.
could have a
Yep.
baby shower at 27 in a couple days. And then whether it was the stress or the excitement of that, but that next day I didn't get to open my presents because
Yeah.
I started bleeding.
No. With your first one, did they tell you why?
No, so
Okay.
they never gave me for either of the prem births.
kind of
They've
answer
never
as to
given me
why.
as to why. Like my
Okay.
placentas will come out fine, you
Yeah.
know, because they check them.
Did they get sent off for testing or anything?
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing come back abnormal.
Yeah, interesting.
So-
Well, we went through, like, we know how we're talking about woo-woo and modern medicine and
Yeah.
a bit of alternative medicine. I actually got my placentas encapsulated
Yes.
and I ended up,
yes.
like, having
You
them at home.
Yeah.
But because Livy was she was small,
Was
so
she?
I
Yeah.
had her early, but I was induced at 37 weeks
Yeah.
just because they said, look, something's
Like,
not going right.
stop
She's-
growing or
yeah,
something?
she's
Like,
better off. She
yeah.
just dropped
Okay.
percentiles and
Yeah.
they're like, she's better being out than in. And they were like, can we take your placenta? And I was like, no, I've got a lady in the car park waiting. And they were like,
Horror
oh.
story.
And I was like, yep, don't other people encapsulate their placentas? They were
Yeah.
like,
Do you mean like when they
I put it in
make
pills.
Yeah, make caps. Yeah,
yeah. So I had it made into pills with both babies.
Yep.
And it was my mother-in-law that told me to do it.
Yep.
She was like, look, even if it's a placebo effect, it's
Yeah.
helped my sister-in-law with her
Yeah.
recovery from 2 cesareans.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll give anything a go. Like, 'cause like you got the choice if you wanted a berry flavour or a vegetable flavour.
Really?
Yeah, it was very weird. And I didn't think I would be that into it. But then I had the most incredible recoveries.
Okay.
Like, and
both Caesars.
Both Caesars.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
and I had no issue with milk supply, no issue with breastfeeding.
And how do you
like I
know?
said, I don't know if that's a
Like,
placebo effect or if I just was really lucky.
Yeah.
And then postpartum, like in the first sort of 12 to 18 months, whenever I was like low in energy and iron, I would take them, and I kid you not, it was like crack cocaine.
How many did you get?
I got 2 massive bottles for both.
Okay.
I've still got
Yeah.
some of Harry's.
Yeah.
But like the energy that they give you, like I can take 2 in the morning on a really like low day.
Yeah.
And it's like I've had...
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, I say crack
10
cocaine.
coffees.
I don't do cocaine, but like...
Yeah.
I don't know. I would assume it's similar.
Yeah.
I just suddenly have all
Is
this
it berry
energy.
flavoured?
It's berry flavoured. Yeah, berry flavoured cocaine. And it was bursting out. But yeah, so we never did the placenta getting tested. So I don't know why she stopped growing. So that was, and then I was worried about Harry.
Yeah.
But then he was fine. But yeah, it's fascinating that they couldn't tell you. There was no kind of definitive answer.
I've never had any like answer as to like why we've had like besides endo, obviously. Like there's nothing else. Like.
But does endo cause premature babies?
I don't think it specifically causes it, but it causes like, you know, the implantation side of things, like that. Yeah. Don't know.
Fascinating. But obviously they're now both beautiful and healthy. You've had no complications as they've grown?
Well, Sadie's got asthma, but that's probably Brennan's genetic
we're the same. Like they said to us, if you've got asthma, hay fever or eczema, then it's likely to hit onto to pass on to your kids. Yeah,
I mean, yes, prem lungs. Like Sadie had really bad reflux, so we'd have to feed every 3 hours, but hold her up for an hour. Like, because she, like, so one time she was in the like, when she was still in the nursery, so she was in the nursery for 6 weeks, so she could come home really early, like, corrected 36, so 7 weeks, 36 weeks.
And how much did she weigh when she came home?
They had to meet a criteria of, like, 2.4 or 2.5 kilos, so she was about that, or bit more. Because I had, like, they never had formula, they just had breast milk the whole time because I had no issues. So as I said, like, I think was it with Nelly, I donated, like they sent a letter when they closed the donor bank, which is so sad.
So what happened there? Like, why did they close
I don't know. But so with Nelly, because I had so much, like, we had a deep freezer and it was full, literally full, like, you know, like the urine samples, but the long ones. Yeah, so that was full.
Oh my God.
And we filled 2 rubbish bins full, plus donated the litres of it, and fed our kids.
How did you go when you had Nelly in hospital, but also having a 1-year-old?
Yeah, that was bloody hard. Yeah, because you feel guilty going. You feel guilty being with Nelly, you feel guilty being with Sadie. Like, there's no
win.
Yeah, like you feel, as I said, like with the kangaroo care, like you feel so, like, great, but then it's like, I've got a 2-year-old waiting, upset, you know, because she had to, again, Nelly was born at Heidelberg, same hospital. So what's that? It's like close to an hour drive as such. Like, it's pretty quick. On the Eastlink, but Sadie had to come in the car, obviously, with Brennan because C-section I had that time, so I couldn't drive for 6 weeks.
Okay.
So she was in Heidelberg until about the 32, 33 week mark, and then she transferred to Frankston again. But even then...
So Sadie's just dropping you off at the hospital, knowing that you're going to see her little sister and she can't come visit? Yeah,
well, you know what? Like, she knew that Nelly was there, but I don't know if she wasn't old enough to understand because she can't see her. Like, she's seen it on FaceTime, you know? You'd FaceTime holding her and stuff, but she doesn't look like much of a baby.
Yeah, that's
they look like aliens.
Too, like, when she came home, was that really nice? For Sadie?
Because we got a teddy for each of them to like give to each of them, and Nelly only just washed it this week because Nelly's like remembers that this is the mouse that Sadie gave her.
That's nice.
Yeah, but so Nelly was born at 29 weeks. Yeah.
Crikey.
So I just bled, and then I stayed in hospital for 9 days, and then had her. But part of the story was. So Brendan had planned to get his tonsils removed, and so Nelly was due in the July, and I had her in April. So we're like, oh yeah, get your tonsils done. Like, you know, we'll probably have we won't have her in April. That's way too early. So he was, of course, getting his tonsils removed, and I'm calling him and his mother and saying,
I'm going into labour.
My water's just broke. Yeah. I remember the nurse like saying, you need to get off the phone, you need to calm down. Like, and I'm like, really I got it. Like, you know, I need to call him. And so I call him,
I'm
and
not doing
Brendan.
this alone.
Yeah. And Brendan's, and I had my best friend as backup.
Okay, good.
Already organised. She was ready ready to go. And I called him and he'd just gotten out like onto the ward, and Brendan, you know, typical male, doesn't cry. He's a rock. And he bawled his eyes out because under the anaesthetic.
Oh my God,
it's not. So yeah, I would blame that. And
he would certainly never let you not blame that.
Yeah,
he's gonna go to death with that.
And so he was like in tears, and he's like, "I'm coming." I'm like, "You can't come," like clearly. So I don't know the time frame. No, I do know the time frame. 11 a.m. my waters broke. And then I had her at 9 p.m. So in that space of, 10 hours...
He'd had his tonsils removed and managed to get to you.
Yeah, yeah. And he was... I mean, I probably should have called my best friend as well.
He was out of it?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Was your mother-in-law there too?
No.
She just dropped him off?
Yeah, it was just... I think his dad did. Yeah, so that wasn't good timing because then he's like... he said that I was scaring his nurses because I was calling and saying, like, he needs to come. Like, you know, he'll be right. Just discharge him. Yeah. And they said, as long as he just eats something. And so he thought he'll eat the soup, I think it was. Oh. And he, of course, spewed it all up. Yeah. So,
probably jelly and ice cream. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so...
Does he remember much of the birth?
Yeah, I think he remembers
even though he was under.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the photos make him... Like, he's smiling. He was there.
He was present.
Yeah.
Enough to know his baby was born.
Yeah. Good timing. Yeah. Great timing.
That's always the way. When Nellie was born, COVID would have been finished?
Yeah, that
was... didn't have any lockdowns or anything
no,
like that?
No, I don't think any of that. Yeah, so she was, 29 weeks, 1.1 kilos. Yeah. And come home around the same time as as Sadie, sorry. But but she was on oxygen, so Sadie was absolutely fine. Like the reflux, yes, but she was never had any support for breathing, whereas Nellie had oxygen for, I can't remember, up until a few weeks before she come home. So it was, maybe at least.
But you shouldn't have to come home with an oxygen tank or anything.
No,
no,
which was great.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that with a toddler with an oxygen tube
to play with. Ripping it out of their sister's face. Yeah, I can just imagine what that would be like.
So that's, look at the positive.
You are such a positive person. Like, but that's such an... You just seem to be
I
so
know, you
like...
just do it. I don't know, you just do it. Like,
just go into mum mode, you just crack on.
Oh yeah, you just do it.
Yeah.
I think that's just us. And yeah, as I said, we weren't stressed. I think we just had, it's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be fine.
Do you have that positivity outlook on most things in life? Like, you're a glass half full girl?
I wouldn't say everything, no.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think so. I definitely overthink.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say everything, no.
Do you think being a nurse helped you because you kind of had a bit more of a basic understanding?
I think it helps you, but then you also scare yourself because you have that knowledge.
Yes.
In saying that, I don't know any knowledge about kids. Like, I'm adults, but you understand the nurses
anatomy, and you understand how your body's supposed to work,
but it probably helped and not helped. In the same, But anyway, no. The only time we were scared was that Nellie came home, and then Sadie brought RSV home from daycare.
No.
And then Nellie got RSV and was back in hospital for 2 weeks. So,
poor thing.
So then she got back out of hospital, and that was scary because she was back on tube feeding.
And that would be scary regardless if you had a preemie baby. RSV
she was,
for a small baby is intense.
And she's in this huge cot.
Yeah.
With 3 other babies, all coughing because everyone had RSV at that time, or COVID, and I'm like, what else is she going to catch?
Yeah.
It was very scary. But she was there for 2 weeks, and then she got back, and then went to the zoo for Sadie's birthday a couple of days later.
No, she was just fine.
when she was due.
Second child syndrome just gets dragged along.
Yeah. Anyway, so
such a crazy journey. Like, we've never gone to the hospital with any sicknesses. Like, we've never had
we've
really
had
bad
asthma
sickness.
Attacks,
we've gone to doctors, late night doctor's appointments, or late night video calls to doctors for croup. Libby gets croup really bad. And she had one major hand injury, which was a emergency, and I'd take her for
stitches or anything.
A kid smashed her hand with a rock, so she had to have her hand reconstructed, her fingers. It was awful. And then we've just been for rashes. And then she got really bad constipation once. It was because I gave her 4 bananas, and I didn't realise that kids weren't supposed to have that many bananas. Yeah, that was my bad. So we've been very lucky, touch wood. And Harry, he dislocated his shoulder, so we had to take him once for that. Yeah. And that's we've been very lucky with no hospital visits, to be fair. Yeah, Sadie's had I think 2 or 3 hospital admissions for the asthma. Is that in an ambulance? Or you took her and just went, we need help? No, I think nurse brain, and
contact your nurse friends
Yes.
and be like, and you know, send the
At
videos
what
and be
point
like,
do I?
I know what I'm seeing, but like, because it's your kid, you go dumb. Like
Yeah.
you lose all your like.
You start questioning it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah. So I've taken her, a couple times when I was pregnant with Nellie. So it was started when she was 18 months old. That was her first like attack, and then she's on Preventer now and for years now. So
Makes a big difference.
and then Nellie's only had one virtual ED, and then go to the what is it like
the medical centres.
yeah, because she fell onto the oven door and burnt her arm.
Ooh.
Accidental, pure accident.
That would have hurt.
Yeah, just ran into the kitchen. As I say, do not run in the fucking kitchen
We just
ever.
said, I'm just like, when I'm cooking, don't come in the kitchen.
And
at all.
we just opened the door, and I thought she actually hit her face, but thank God she didn't. And it was about this, a
Ooh.
good size of her arm, and that was like what 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You can't even tell.
Yeah, amazing.
Like, I just instantly ran to the bath.
That's a huge
Jumped in the
burn.
bath with her, and I'm like, Brendan, like, get home. Like, obviously, luckily he works next door.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's been our only really
Kids
scary.
are, like, menaces. I burnt myself at Christmas last year, like really badly. Burnt myself across my fingers. Ryan was like, I'm just going to move the tray out, and I didn't realise. I didn't click that he'd moved it hot out of the oven. Yeah. So I just went to go pick it up and just burnt all the way across my fingers. And I have never burnt myself. Yeah. And I'll tell you, that was so painful for like a good week. And I would try and all the burn creams and walking around with an ice pack like it was.
And your fingers too.
It was awful. Yeah. So having one that sort of size across your arm. Yeah. Poor little thing.
Yeah, but she did not complain once. Literally, I've got a video of her waiting in the when we went to the hospital or the care place, and she's dancing and singing and like
it's like, can you pretend to be sick, please?
Yeah.
Livy, when she had her hand and she's like there in emergency, her hand's covered in blood, and like we're trying to like cover it with tissues so that other kids don't get terrified. And all she kept saying was like, I've been a really brave girl. Can you get me a labubu? Because this is like, and I was like, I don't even know what a labubu is at this stage. Like, sure. So my girlfriend Amy ended up getting one and putting them in our letterbox when we got home. It was very funny. Do you feel like you missed out on the newborn experience that you maybe would have imagined?
Nah, because I think, as I said, I didn't think about the birth. Yeah. And I haven't really been around kids growing up much, like babies were never really around, it was not part of my growing up. Yeah. So like, no, I don't think I missed it.
You had nothing to compare it to.
Yeah, I had nothing. Yeah, like same, when everyone's saying, the parents come in to see you in hospital just as you've given birth, and we're like, that's weird. Like,
but we didn't have that because of COVID.
Well,
so
true.
For me, I was like, and I always said, I'm not having any visitors.
Yeah.
I'm not having a single visitor when you have the babies. Yeah. And Ryan's like, you're fucking laughing. Like, that's a joke. Like, of course you're going to have everyone. And he's like, that's never going to happen. COVID.
So not because of COVID, you mean? Or because of...
I always just said it was never going to happen.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and I was like, what a fucking dream.
Yeah.
So it's nice that you don't feel like you missed out. It's just your normal.
No,
it's exactly. What you had.
Like, exactly. I don't... Yeah.
How did you feel as a mum bringing them home and suddenly being alone and not having all the medical staff around? Was that a blessing, or did you feel stressed that you didn't have people to lean on? Or
I don't think I probably did a little bit, because I remember looking up those monitors.
Outlets? Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it'll make me
worse. You're so used to hearing the beeping machine.
Just like having it on, I'm like, no.
But
Brendan's
they're not that accurate either, because I think that a lot of people finally give them more anxiety because they set off when they're not.
That was my view towards the end. So, and Brendan was fully against it. So I'm like, I mean, we had so many more maternal child health nurse visits and doctor visits and that like,
you were in
I didn't really feel that alone.
Anyway.
I know it was COVID, but like Brendan was always there. Like, I don't remember feeling like that isolated feeling. Like,
also, you've been a mum for a few weeks. Like you have been
doing
it. I guess. Like, you're there for.
We still got to wake up every 3 hours and pump. So like, it's no different to feeding.
To feeding anyway. Yeah. Except their mouths are now big enough to actually breastfeed. Yeah. Did you breastfeed? Because how did that go? So you had no issue once they were big enough? No issue going from bottle?
No.
Yeah.
No, they both take a bottle. Yeah. Or
that's almost a blessing in disguise.
No, I was very lucky in that way. Yeah. That's the only thing my body knows how to do properly. Yeah. Clearly.
Yeah, amazing.
Very lucky in that. So not that I was ever against, you feed your baby whatever it needs to, but I was like,
but I just think take the whole breastfeeding conversation is a conversation itself, but when you've got a preemie baby, it changes the whole idea of it, because obviously when you have a baby that's so tiny, even Livy when she was born, she was so tiny. I'm like, my nipple is the size of her face. So she was 2.4 kilos
Yeah,
when she was
so
born.
tiny, yeah.
And I took her home after 3 days. And I've got photos of her,
Yeah.
and she looks so prim. She
Yeah.
looks like, and I'm like, how are they allowed to take her home?
Yeah, yeah.
But I, like, even feeding her, like, I had this bowling ball of a
Yeah,
boob.
oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, are you going to choke?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, sometimes their face and everywhere's covered
I had
in
to
the
hold
milk.
my
Like,
fingers to
yeah.
be, like, make sure they weren't suffocating both kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is it's a whole experience. But
It is, isn't it?
with a preemie, obviously, it just changes that dynamic completely.
Yeah, which you don't have that, not connection, but you don't get to do that for weeks and weeks until they are big enough. And it's, you know, surreal doing it at the start, just like probably a normal mum would, straight from giving birth.
But it's almost delayed for you. Like, it's a strange,
But, yeah, well, I breastfed them both till 14 months, correct?
Holy shit, well done. That's amazing.
So it worked.
Yeah, good for you. I think first time round, I stopped breastfeeding when we started sleep training Liv. So we got to about 4 months. And I think the poor kid wasn't sleeping because I was overfeeding her.
Yeah.
Every time she cried, I just shoved my boob in her mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no wonder she was vomiting all night. So I think having that routine for us was really good. And then I would like pump to prepare a bottle at a certain time, and then that sort of just weaned us off.
Yeah.
And then with Harry, it was just too hard. I just couldn't sit for 40 minutes whilst my 1.5-year-old was running around trying to kill herself. Like, it was just, too hard. Do you think fighting so hard to become a mum changed how you've experienced motherhood?
I mean, like, everyone obviously loves their child and that, like, I don't know whether, you know, there are mums out there that maybe take it a bit for granted, like, but no, I don't think so. I mean, I think if you're meant to be a mum,
it will happen.
you know, and I didn't have like a great mother relationship growing up, so I think that contributes to
you wanting to be then the best possible
so
mum.
badly, like, and to do it right and see, like, I've seen all the bad, like, I want to do it right and give my child what I wanted, what I should have gotten.
You either take it and you repeat it, or you take it and you change
it.
And you were like, I'm changing this shit. I'm going to be the best mum ever. Yeah, I love that.
So,
what would you say to the version of yourself sitting in the middle of all those IVF cycles and struggling? Like, other mums right now that are going through that process, what would you say?
I mean, I've got a very close friend that's going through it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't cry. But it's heartbreaking because you know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And you can say all the words, you can do anything, and it's like...
You just know that the heartache's there.
I remember, like, you know, everyone's like, oh, you know, it'll be okay or whatever. And it's just, not that you ignore it, because it's like, it doesn't matter what you say, no one can help you. Like, so it's a really shitty, you would not wish it upon anyone to go through.
Especially if you're just desperate for it.
Yeah, and you know, you think, you see all the people falling pregnant instantly, like you said, like, and it's like, you envy that, because why can't that happen to me? Or
Did you find it hard when you were going through that and you had friends around you announcing pregnancies and things?
I struggled. Yeah, I struggled with that because I was working on a ward and there was, you know, nurses are mostly female.
Yeah, so everyone's getting pregnant.
And everyone, like, I would say half the ward was goddamn pregnant at once, and I was only new to that ward, so I didn't even have that close friendship with anyone really. So I'm like, I just miscarried. I have to tell the boss, but I can't, like, I'm not open enough at that time.
You don't have anyone to lean on and talk to about it.
Yeah. I was a bit more, you know, introverted, and like I wouldn't speak like this, like, back then. So I think going through all that shit has made me be more open about, like, you need to talk about this kind of stuff, because it's so important, because, like, once you start talking about it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I've had a miscarriage.
Has a story.
Oh, I've got endo. Like, everyone.
Yep.
So, and yeah, now that a close friend is going through it, it's like, I don't know what the right word is. Like,
I'm glad that
it,
and be there for her.
I know that, like, I'm the right person there for her to, guide her through as much as I can. But unfortunately, you know, you can only do what you can do.
What's something you would tell people now, like, not to say? Please don't say this.
Just don't tell me you're pregnant.
Like, okay, that's
no.
fair.
Like, I mean, at the early stages, like, I would not want to see it, like, because it just hurts so much, like, seeing someone pregnant and being like, and knowing, like, out there there's druggies, there's people
you're told from 14, like, don't have sex or get pregnant. So
you've been on the pill for how many years?
You're terrified to get pregnant, and then you suddenly make a decision. Oh, okay, I'm going to have a baby, and it must be so easy, because everyone tells me how easy it is to get pregnant.
And 5 years later, but unfortunately, not everyone's lucky enough to get. You know, I was like, we're so grateful we got one, we got two. Like, I know people that struggled for 10
none.
years and never got it. And it's
we've got family friends that have just never been able to. They just ended up having dogs and things, and they became their family. Like,
exactly.
You just can't imagine it.
And like going through it, I know like you don't rub it in people's faces. Like I don't, if someone gets married, I'm not going to be like, oh,
when are you having a baby? You're like, that's a private journey.
Yeah. You don't know what they're going through. Like they could have been trying for years already, and you don't know.
Yeah.
So I think you just got to respect.
I think people like society's getting better at that in general now. I think that there's two parts to that. We need to be more open when you are trying, I think, so you have people to rely on when you've had a miscarriage and things. I don't think you should suffer in silence.
Yeah.
But secondary to that, can we stop asking when people are going to have a next baby and when are you trying and when are you going to start a family? Because putting that pressure on someone's not fair.
No.
And also in society now, you don't have to have children.
Yeah.
So if someone actually decides not to have children, then why are we even talking about it?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's really fair.
Yeah. It is.
If you could change one thing about how we talk about women going through infertility, what would you say? And what would it be?
No, I think as you just said, like we just speak about it more.
Yeah.
And just have it more open in the air, like that it's okay to speak about it because it was so taboo years ago, like what with our parents or whatever.
I was talking with Maddie last week about like, you can't tell anyone till 12 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, hang on, I've got friends. Yeah. One of my beautiful girlfriends has had 4 stillborns. Yeah. And like, there is no safe space.
No safe space. Yeah.
And at what point, like, you just need to have people around you. Yeah. Like, in those moments, you just need to be surrounded by love. Yeah. And even if it means you need to say nothing. Yeah. But know that people know and they're thinking of you, I think can be really
just
powerful.
have a normal, like, go out with your best friend or whatever and just have a normal day.
Yep.
Go have a drink, have a coffee, go to the movies, like, and just, you don't have, like, talk about it, but you don't have to talk about it.
Be there if they want to, like, but also go and have some fun time. Yeah. 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 That's so hard. So we're doing our village verdict, and now you were open to this, to discussing your history and your personal journey with grief. This year's been an interesting one for you. So we wanted to talk about when you're grieving, how much do you let your kids see? And grief doesn't exactly wait until the kids are in bed. When you lose someone you love, you're somehow expected to navigate your own heartbreak whilst also helping your kids understand theirs. So what do you do? Would you like to talk a little bit about your personal experience, then I'll ask you some questions?
Yeah, of course.
Where do you want to start?
Anywhere. Do you want me to
you
start?
Go. Yeah, you go.
Just tell you what's happened?
Yeah.
So my nan died 18 months ago, and then my pop died in April. And they were like my parents because, as I said previously, I haven't really had an amazing childhood growing up. So they were kind of there as my parents.
They were your consistence.
Yeah. Nan and Pop lived next door to us, for the last 10 years. So that was obviously a big change in life. And so when Nan died, Sadie would have been, Nellie was only like 1, so Sadie would have been like 2.5. So she, too young to really understand.
Clock it.
Yeah. I remember going into the nursing home and like I'm carrying them like this and they're screaming.
Oh,
like they
God.
obviously can see the difference of her like not walking to in bed, not talking, like so that was very hard. I remember many days like driving home just calling Brendan, just crying. Like what do you do? Anyway, and then Pop passed away in April. So Sadie was 5.5, Nellie was about the same age. No, a bit older, about what? 3.5, yeah. So I think they say, I suppose we got home and then, tell me if this is too much info because I say it.
You tell me. Yeah.
We got home and then, because Pop lives next door, he's been quite unwell, mental health.
So he wasn't in aged care like
No. Yep. So just since it was 18 months since Nan died, and that whole time his mental health declined quite dramatically, anxiety, depression. And Pop has been a person that has worked 7 days a week, like, 20 hours a day, like he like full
does
on.
Does not stop.
Yeah, does not stop. And so to see him decline like that, like he wasn't him in the end. So you're grieving that person that was like 2 years ago, not that person that we just lost. Yeah. So we got home from Mansfield. A bit of PTSD, I think, now that we come home. Every time we come home from Mansfield.
Something's going to happen. Yeah.
And he came out, walked out to the office and like kind of waved, and then within 20 minutes he fell asleep on the couch. So I think he kind of
was naturally. Or
like heart attack. It would have been a heart attack. he was he's got a strong heart history, and like a lot of changes, or not changes, but a lot of new
heavy medications and things which could have messed with things.
But I think he kind of waited for us because he'd always want to know we got home safe, like from anywhere.
Yeah,
that's me.
nice.
When you just make your own little
things
I still
to like
cope,
that,
I suppose.
So
I feel like he kind of waited, seeing that we got home, and then Brendan called me and said what happened, and we just ran over, and then there was that question of,
how do you tell the girls?
Well, so there's he was in this room, but like I just said, can you just stay in here, like close the door, like just I don't know what I'm walking into as such, kind of thing, and you don't want to. How do you know what the right answer is? And obviously we're all upset. We'd each go back to the kids to make sure they're okay. Sadie she stepped up so wonderfully. Like she knew, like being that older, she understood, because we said, like I had Brendan on speaker when he said it.
Shit.
Pops died.
Yep.
So they would have heard it.
Yep.
So I'm like, there's no hiding it. Whether that's right, wrong, I don't know. So we'd check on it, and Sadie is like, come on, Nellie, let's just go do some drawings. And they did a drawing of like Nan and Pop. Like, it was so, like, it was beautiful at the time. And me and Brendan, amongst all the phone calls of, paramedic and police and whatnot, we were like, what do we do? Like, do we bring them in? I'm like, I feel like give them the option. Like, I
Would
didn't
you like
want
to come and say goodbye?
I didn't want them to be like
forced to see.
Forced not to see. Like, not to say goodbye. And he looked just like he was asleep. So like we laid him down, nurse brain instantly, like close. And so Nellie was keen. They both walked out, and Nellie came and sat next to me and like held it, like, just looked at him, and she's like, oh, like, because he had a picture of Nan. Like,
it's quite nice that it was peaceful. Like you said, like he's just lying there asleep.
Could choose how you could die.
Yeah,
it was. We pictured so many things going wrong over the last 12 months. It's been a hard 12 months. Like just
with his mental health,
just
and stuff.
Everything.
Yeah.
So best way to go. So Nellie was interested. Sadie was she just stood with Brendan. Just you could see the back of his head.
Yep.
And she wasn't interested, but and Sadie doesn't really talk about it.
Okay.
Nellie will talk about it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. You might find Sadie is processing it in her own way too.
Yeah, look, they've got photos of like Pop, and like, they talk about him and Nan, and like Nellie wouldn't remember Nan, but all the photos, like there's that.
She knows who she is.
That's kept her alive.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So that's really lovely. Like I love that they'll always remember them.
Yeah.
But they've totally different ways of dealing with it. Yeah. I remember. There was nights, going to bed, putting Sadie to bed, and you're still grieving, obviously, early on, always, but early on, and like, she just hugged me, and then I just cried, like, and I'm like, when you said about do you hide it from them, like, I'm like, well, sometimes you can't,
Just can't,
it just came out, it just blah.
Have you experienced grief before this? Have you ever lost anyone prior to this?
Not really, not like physically dying.
Yeah. Just losing people in life, but not
cutting people out of your life for the right reasons.
Yeah.
But no, Nan and Pop were
Yeah, that's really hard. Do you think we underestimate how much the kids understand about death?
Yeah.
Sounds like they were both very understanding and knew what was going on.
At Sadie's age, like that 5, 6, 100% they understand to a point.
We've been having a lot of questions around it,
Yeah, and I think we've dealt with it, well, how we chose to deal with it, I think it was right. Like, we say Nan's a star in the sky, now Pop's a star in the sky. We've had friends that have died in the last 12 months as well. Wow. And they're like, they're all together. And, when we're, not that they're usually awake when it's dark, they're usually asleep, thank God. But when they are awake,
and they see stars,
and they see like the bright stars, they're like that. That's like really, it feels like they're still
way.
Here.
I love that.
Yeah, like even today when we go for walks before school, and they're like Nellie's like, oh, I'll just pick some flowers for Nan. Like, yeah.
Obviously, hearing Pop's died on the phone. Did you try and then soften the language post that, or was it just no, Pop's dead? Like there was no
conversation. I suppose. Oh, there was no like, no, I didn't soften it. I just said, because Nellie, again, Sadie was a quiet one. Wasn't asking anything. But I think when we got home, whenever that was. And I remember chatting to Nelly and just saying like, you know, Nana, like Pop's, you know, Pop's gone. He's with Nan now. Like, yeah, he's comfortable. Like, yeah.
You just say what you
Just
can in the
say-
moment,
yeah,
don't you?
exactly.
Like, it's not,
Like-
yeah.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. But
But I think you've made a really good point that it is really important just to be honest. Like, I think trying to hide it and cover it up probably wouldn't have been the healthiest way at the age that they are.
Exactly. Like, you know, there's conversations that I will have with them when they're older, when they understand other things about that or about something else, you know, other things. But I think it's important to, I don't know, because I think they are so smarter than you think.
Yeah.
And they do understand it, and yes, in different ways. But yeah, I think I think as a kid for myself, a lot of stuff was hidden from me and like lied to. So I think from that trauma, I'm like, no, like I'm the most honest person. Yeah. And
good or bad, I'm going to be honest
just
with the
kids.
Just
say it.
You grew up in a world of secrets and that's just not healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just be honest.
No, I think that's really, really fair.
Yeah.
Have the kids grieved in a way that you weren't expecting? Like, have you seen any moments?
Sadie not talking. I'm just like,
she's not exactly a talkative kid, though.
I know. Yeah, I know. I know. She's
get Livy in a room with her and ask her some questions about to talk. But yeah, like
she did.
Were you
like,
surprised that she doesn't come to you and say?
Yeah, it hurt me a little bit because I'm like, she doesn't care. Like
I don't think
like
that's the case.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But like, because I was so upset, and
But like I said, she might come to you in 2 years' time and have a breakdown and go.
Yeah.
Because when my nan died, I didn't really get it. So like my pop died, I would have been like 6 or 7. Actually, similar age. Actually, now I think about it. We weren't allowed to go to my grandpop's funeral, so my dad's dad. We weren't allowed to go. We were too young. Yeah. I understood that my pop that he died. I was there when my dad got the phone call, and I walked into the office, and Dad just grabbed me and burst into tears. And that was like, I don't see my dad cry. Like, I've seen my dad cry maybe 3 times my entire life. That was intense. So I just cried with him. But then when my nan died, I went to the funeral, and I couldn't understand like why I wasn't upset. Like I couldn't understand at that age. I felt like I was trying to force tears. I was like, why are my cousins? Like I can't cry like my cousins. Like I understood that Nanny was gone, but I couldn't process it. And I remember sitting there at the age I was going, why am I not upset? Yeah. And it hit me like 15 years later. Yeah. I had like one night where I just burst into tears, and it was like it suddenly just hit me that she wasn't here. Like I don't know, that sounds silly, but
I know. Yeah. I still drive past and think I'm gonna see him. Like
he'll be in the garden.
Just,
like, it is. Yeah, I get that. That's tricky.
Yeah,
and it kind of doesn't end there either. I'm guessing then you had to settle the estate and
it's a shit show.
Yeah,
and we knew it was always going to be a shit show, and it's going to be complicated. But again, that's just me and Brendan are very good together. Yeah, and communication is key. To any relationship, but we do it very well, I think, and. Yeah, I think we can get through anything. Like, I think, like,
how long have
we've gone through
together?
So much shit already.
Oh, no, 100%.
14 years.
Yeah, we're the same.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So, very similar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy what the world... But I also think that these are moments of, like, that you strengthen your relationship.
Oh,
like, I thought COVID would either make or break us.
Yeah,
I was like...
A lot of people divorce.
Are we going to survive being stuck together? Because we're very independent people. So we do have our own friendship groups and our own lives outside of us two. And then I was like, well, that's all going to be shut off. How are we going to go? Yeah. But we, like, the worst we would complain about was, like, one person would make a coffee and not make the other one a coffee. And but then, are you joking? Like, we're both working from home.
Yeah. But then you would have had a baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then...
Well, to be fair, the first 9 months I was pregnant, vomiting. Yeah. So I was working from home, like, almost from the toilet floor, just with my head wrapped around the toilet. And then... that was my focus. Like, I didn't really have time to even process.
Exactly.
I don't think I was even watching the announcements. Like, I was just like, I can't focus. Like,
in bed. Yeah.
It was just awful. Have you found that it's been harder being a mum? Because you can't just fall apart at any moment. You've had to, like, so the day after, you're back on school drop-off.
Yeah, well.
Like, normal process.
Well, school holidays. It was the first school holidays. It was the second week of the first school holidays. Yeah. Like, I think it was, like, the Monday. So we had a week of, like,
getting
no
yourself
routine as such, yeah. Just processing and, what was the question?
No, but just like, it doesn't stop. Like, you don't get to just then go and grieve and be in bed for days. Like, you are still on mum duty. You still have to get up in the morning, make breakfast.
Like, I still feel like I'm still grieving from Nan. Like, it never ends. It's just how you handle it, how you, like, or hide it, or how you, like, just put it back because you've got, all your things to do during the day.
Like, it's like grieving doesn't ever end. No. I'm sure there's something about, like, the weight just finally kind of like feels less heavy.
It's
But it's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always there.
But
But
you're
yeah,
still
no.
so fresh into it.
Yeah,
Like
it is still fresh. But then you feel guilty living your day-to-day life because you've just lost someone, but you've got to still do school pickup and do everything.
Yeah.
But you feel like you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean?
It's like life's just going on, but hang on, this huge thing just happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Did the kids go to the funerals?
Yeah, yep.
Both of them?
Yep. Nan's special day. It was all yellow, bright, like everything was
Oh, I
yellow. It
love
was like a
that.
bit more
Celebration.
a brighter,
Yep.
but still funeral home. Whereas Pops wasn't. It was at an RSL because he was he never talked about it. So after Nan died, we were like, sit down. What do you want?
Yeah.
Because I'm not
We
going
need to
through
make a
this
plan.
again because
Yeah.
that was horrible.
Yeah.
Because Nan was always like, I'm never going to die. Like, she was a hypochondriac and was at the doctor's every minute, but I'm never going to die.
Now, this disease won't get me. This rash won't get me. But
Anyway, so we had that conversation with Pop, and he's always said, throw me over Seaford Pier. That's
I
it.
love that.
That's all he's always said. Want to be cremated? That was the only answer we got. So that happened. And then from there, it's as bad as it's selfishly, it's about us as well. Like, we're organising a plaque. Like, that wasn't what he ever said he wanted. But
you want someone to visit.
But for the kids and for like Nan has one, and the girls love to. They're like, can we go visit Nan, take some flowers there? Like, it's just like an outing.
Yep.
And yeah, they love
It's nice
it.
to have a place to commemorate and
Exactly.
and remember.
So I think we need that.
Yep.
So as much as he didn't say.
But that's you processing your grief and like how you want it.
And he'll be with his parents.
That's
like
nice.
Basically next door. So
That's nice.
I think we've done the right thing. I don't know.
I like to end episodes with a loud mum of the week, and I give my guest an opportunity to nominate loud mum of the week. Would you like to nominate someone?
I've got a friend. She's got her kids are one's an adult now, and
Oh,
one's
wow.
One's high school. Like,
Oh, God,
but
such
she
a different
lives.
chapter.
So she lives in Echuca,
Yeah.
and they live down here.
Yeah.
Like, as very hard, but a drop of a hat, she would come down for them. Like, no matter what. So I think that's awesome. Like,
Just a super mama.
yes, you'd love them with you, and whatever circumstances,
Yeah.
they're not with you there, but but you're still a mum, and you're doing such a good job from a distance.
Yeah. As much as you can do from 4 hours away. Yeah.
Yeah. Good on you.
Good for her.
Yeah.
To wrap things up, I just want to let all of my listeners know you are doing better than you think. And if you yelled today, that's absolutely okay, because so did I. Stay loud, mums, and we'll talk to you next week.